I've noticed that the best days are just the days where we are super productive, where we get a lot done, and during those days, you feel great because you've done all these things that I'm about to show you, and you just have a happy heart, and you're actually able to smile. So, like, naturally smile. I'm gonna show you how I do it. Okay, so I have basically a roadmap of things that I need to do through the day. It's like principles to guide the day, I guess. Let me show you. The first thing is thankfulness. So you just walk around having an abundance mindset. You're rich. You look at some grass and you just feel rich. You feel like you own everything in the world. And that enough can just make you smile and just have a great life and a great day. But the next thing is just breath work. So you want to have quality breaths. You want to breathe deeply through your nose. And you want to just feel the life inside of yourself. And also meditate, of course. But you know that. This next thing is play like a child. I think it's kind of heartbreaking that we've just forgotten about our childhood in a way and sort of replaced it for adult responsibilities. You probably know what I mean. Like, you work a job and you don't have much time to just have fun like you used to. So what I like to do is just take off my shoes. I like to just smell flowers. I like to walk around and basically act on whatever impulses I have to be childish. And it is such a freeing experience. Like, it's such a good experience. You gotta try it. You gotta do those things that you did when you were young. I'm begging you, please. Please do it. The next thing is don't eat food in the morning. Ideally, you want to cut out breakfast and lunch and sort of just have like, one second. Sort of cut out breakfast and lunch and have this big meal around probably the later part of your day, like around the afternoon. You just want to have this big meal that you enjoy, and it's like your only meal. Like, okay, this is especially helpful if you overeat like me. So this is just very helpful. You just eat all your food at one time of the day. You have one meal instead of like 3 or like 4. Like, I used to have 4 meals, which is kind of like ridiculous. 4 meals plus snacks. Just eat one meal. And the first part of your day before you eat, that's when you should be getting done some like focused work. Because what I've noticed is that when you eat, it kind of messes up your focus, and then your body's like focusing on digesting. So that's super important. Do your important work before you eat anything. It's so helpful. Please try it. If you have a job, that's a different story because the job takes up all your time. But if you don't, then please do the work you love as well. This next thing is have cold exposure, because I think it increases your sort of pleasure that you get. And it's just super good to be cold and like be challenged by the weather. It's good to be cold. It helps you be more disciplined. Cold exposure can come in a lot of ways. I like to just wake up in the forest. That's my cold exposure. And I like to just try my best to get going during the very cold hours of the morning. And it is hard, but I love it, I love the cold. And it's a good challenge for you. It's a good challenge for all of us. This next thing is physical activity. So that's a no-brainer. You got to have that in your day. You already know everything about that, but just here's the catch that I have for you. Here's the thing I want to tell you about physical activity. First thing is love your workouts, so make them fun. I don't go to the gym and work out because it's just not fun for me to like lift weights while I'm surrounded by like machines and stuff. Like the workout that more suits me would be like lifting a rock and going on a walk with it through the forest. That's kind of funny, but please enjoy your workouts. You got to do it. Or else what's the point, you know? And the other thing I want to tell you is just when you run, please don't go on a treadmill. Please just when you run, just ideally you want to run in the forest or run along a trail or something. I know not everyone has that, but if you have a trail, absolutely use it. If you have the earth to be around, please use it. It's depressing not to use it. Exercise should be in the forest, in nature. And yeah, this next thing I have is prayer, but if you're not religious, you probably don't want to pray, but I don't know. Prayer is helpful. Prayer is helpful, but that's optional. That's for specific people, I guess. This guide is mainly for everyone who has like ambitious goals and stuff. Okay, the next thing is it's none of those things, because you're gonna do all of those things, and of course you'll be productive during the day. But there's gonna be something missing. You're still gonna have room for like bad habits. So this is the really important thing. Just change your environment. You want to make good things extremely easily accessible. So that means good foods, having water nearby, having a corner to like meditate. So ideally you want to have a spot set out in either your room or a place nearby where you can meditate, and it's a welcoming spot. You've cleared out the ground around it. You love that spot. You know that spot. That's your meditation spot. That's an example of changing your environment to serve you, pretty much. And then you want to make bad things inaccessible. So the most simple example of that is not buying junk food. And then you can just go from there. You might know this about environment and everything. I'll actually link a video from this guy who explained environment very, very well. I recommend watching that, but I do have some specific, like me, kind of like I've learned this, and like it's really challenging, but I think you should implement it. I have some good advice. The best way to change environment is to like go on a vacation, or to be homeless intentionally, but safely, of course. But if you have a place that's very wooded, or if you don't, go find it. But if you have a place like that, then go there. Spend some nights there. Do unique things during the day. If you're kind of depressed, then that really helps. Just, it's good stuff. It clears your mind. It shows you life when you go out into the forest and camp and just meditate. Maybe even do your work there if possible. Maybe even draw. Just bring a backpack full of stuff. I like to sleep outside every night, pretty much. As many nights as I can. Harder during the colder months, obviously, but actually no, it's more fun during the colder months. So I strongly recommend camping outside during the cold months. It's an amazing feeling. You feel so good once you've done it. And yeah. Oh, and in your environment, you want to get good sleep too. So you want to set up your bed so that you get good sleep. You want to be in a quiet place. Like, I feel like a lot of us have some kind of sleep issue sometimes. So just please focus on your sleep too. But yeah, I guess I have one more piece of advice, and it's to have your goals like sort of above your bed or around your sleeping space. So if you have a list of your goals, I don't really do this yet myself, but I know that it's powerful. I've done it before. If you have a list of your goals, somewhere where you sleep, you can wake up or go to bed, and then you'll see it. You'll see your goals. If you're an artist like me, then you'll want to turn your goals into an art project. So like maybe a little square with like something written on it that sums up your goals very quickly and very nicely, so that you can quickly read it and you're like, yes, I want this at the forefront of my mind. And that's part of your environment. So environment, it's a fact. You need a good environment. Have that roadmap of things that I mentioned way earlier. Just those guidelines. And obviously you'll need a life purpose and like actually good goals, but I'm sure you already have that. So yeah, thank you for your time.